Baltimore, Maryland. We had a concert one night. Nigga, I go outside to go get the cars ready before he come out, cause that's what I did. I make sure the cars is ready, the guns is ready, we moving. So, and while I'm happy getting the cars ready and getting the guns out of the back, motherfucking SWAT team and ATF rushed me. Boom. Throw me on the ground and everything. What Blood Raw went through wasn't, man, that was petty. What Slick Pulla went through on the time that he was doing biz, because Jeezy didn't want to do what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I know plenty of times, I ain't gonna lie, I used to have arguments with Jeezy about sending money to Slick Pulla. So, you know, it gets real deep. It gets real deep, man. They don't understand how deep it gets.
So you mentioned Slick Pulla being one of the people that was a day one. Obviously, you know, at one point in time, Jeezy was really like pushing Slick Pulla. You know, he was shouting him out in interviews. He had him on his projects. He was on Slick Pulla's mixtapes, especially when he first put out, was like 4th Ward Day, hosted by DJ Drummer, all of that, dog. Like Slick Pulla getting his own interviews. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a part of USDA. Like, what was your relationship? You say y'all used to live together. Like, what was your relationship with Slick Pulla, and how do you feel Jeezy really didn't step up when he was locked up doing the different bids?
You know, it was just a lot of shit. It was just a lot of shit. See, me and Slick go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Slick was the first nigga that I met when I got to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Through Coach K. You know, him and Coach K was boys, and you know, so that's how all that came together. And then, so me and Slick used to be in Coach K apartment when I first got down there. We lived together with Coach K. You know what I'm saying? So me and Slick go way back. Slick my brother for life. I love Slick. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't never gonna change. That's my bro. Like, so. Well, me and Slick is different. I always pull for Slick, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If it was getting into it with Jeezy about some Slick shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause he didn't like something Slick was doing, or he was trying to say something about what Slick was doing, I would stand up for him. Like, nah, man, ain't that what he's supposed to do? Ain't that what you told us we supposed to do? But now that he's doing it, it's like a problem, and why? This is what we was trained for, right? This is what you told us to do. Now the nigga that activated and did what he's supposed to do, it's a problem. Well, you should have made it a point to let us know what not to do for real. Because at the beginning it was do it all. If that's what they want, we're gonna give it to them. But then when nigga give it to them, it's a problem.
I mean, I remember you mentioned in the first interview about how when they ran into like Walker and all of them, you know, the altercation happened, and afterwards Jeezy was upset about how Slick reacted, or I guess he punched Walker down, whatever the case may be. But you brought up like incarceration, like doing the different bids. Like around that time, why do you feel like things weren't handled the right way when it comes to supporting him? You say he got it worse than Blood Raw. Why do you say that?
I just say cause Blood Raw wasn't gone nothing. He didn't leave for them but like 5 months, 6 months, right? Was he gone a couple of years or something? You know, man, my brother was going to do years. You know what I'm saying? Pulla was doing a year here, 2, 3 years here. So a lot of that shit had a role that played with, you know, how shit played out for him too. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not, you know, I ain't putting it all on Jeezy, but it was a lot of shit I think he could have did better to where Pulla would never have to be in the position to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that we was into in Atlanta, you had to have guns on you. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that was hating, the niggas that was talking shit, and the shit that we was standing on, and the shit that we was making moves on, we had to stay strapped. Period, felon or not. You know what I'm saying? Better get caught with it than without it. Back then, you know what I'm saying? Now that we got older, now it's like, but back then, we had to have them. Couldn't get caught with it. Every case I caught in Atlanta was because I had guns on them. That was part of the uniform.
Every case you caught in Atlanta was because you had a gun?
Yeah, every case was in Atlanta was caught some pistol. Everything. Yeah.
How many cases you catch at Atlanta?
One, two, three, four. Damn, I don't
Oh
remember
man,
about
I ain't know it
five.
was that serious.
I caught about 5 pistol cases in Atlanta. But back then, I was catching a lot of my cases cause I didn't have a license for a long time around that motherfucker. I didn't get my license till about, man, probably for the first 10 years, I didn't have no license. I'm just trying to tell you, I never had a license in my life. But I didn't need a license. The cars we was driving barely got pulled over. Everything we was driving was new. And we was in the places we was supposed to be. Only time I got pulled over when I used to be driving basically my cars. When I had the Camaro.
Which is still a nice car.
When I had the Challenge, but you know, them was dope boy cars. You know what I'm saying? The Camaro was goddamn all black with the midnight blue stripe with the motherfucker 24 midnight blues, 40s on that motherfucker. Matter of fact, I caught my gun case in the 4-4 coming down. That motherfucker had, I think it had about 4 12s in the back of that bitch. And the police pulled me over for fucking noise something.
Oh,
and then I fucked around and had 2 pistols on me. They tried me with the 2 pistols, no license.
Man.
But that shit wasn't that. Shit, I caught a case in Baltimore.
Gun case.
Hell yeah, I got in Baltimore, Maryland. We had a concert one night. Nigga, I go outside to go get the cars ready. And before he come out, cause that's what I did. I make sure the cars is ready, the guns is ready, we moving. So, and while I'm happy getting the cars ready and getting the guns out of the back, motherfucking SWAT team and ATF rushed me. Boom. Throw me on the ground and everything. I got the footage of that shit too. I gotta find that shit, but that's when I caught my first gun case in Baltimore.
Oh, for sure.
I think I was locked up for like a week or 2 in Baltimore behind that shit. Cause I was from out of town, so I didn't have. And they was fucking around with the bond. They didn't want to let me out. Nigga, they asked me so many times, like, you know, who guns are these? Are these Jeezy guns? These Jeezy guns, ain't they? I ain't saying nothing. You know, I'm quiet in the motherfucker in that bitch. I don't even know what y'all talking about. And then, matter of fact, I went to court. I went to court with like 3 lawyers for that shit.
Oh, okay. So
I can't let.
He looked out for you.
No, he did that. You know, I had 3 lawyers. Matter of fact, I think it was a bitch named Monica Lewinsky. I don't know what her name was. I had her lawyer, nigga. And I knew I had them, because when I walked in the courtroom with the lawyers, I had 3 lawyers. They seen the black lawyer. The motherfucking judge said, "Oh, it's an honor to have you in here, sir." Talking to my lawyer, I was like, "Oh, we got this. We got this. And them guns ain't mine. I don't know what guns they talking about." When they got me, I was outside of a truck. Who said that truck was mine? I wasn't. What? They dropped that shit too.
Yeah.
On the day they dropped that shit on the day that we had another concert in the city, and the motherfucking judge told me to go have a nice show.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. So what's the most time you've done when it comes to like CT? That's you. What's the most time you've done when it comes to like getting locked up for CTE? Anything major?
Nah, hell nah.
Oh,
Nothing
sure.
major. Nothing major.
You was
All my
always
shit
in
was.
and out?
Yeah, nothing major. Nah.
For sure.
Cause I never really had no real felonies. So a lot of them gun cases was getting thrown out because I wasn't no violent felon or nothing. So a lot of them gun cases, and the guns was mostly all clean. Matter of fact, all the guns were clean. They came from stores. So it wasn't nothing dirty, so I never really caught no real time behind that shit. Only time I only did no real time. I did like 2 months in Rice Street, but that's when we got pulled over by the DEA, and I had like the 13 guns in the van and shit.
Damn.
And I was already out on bail on another gun case. That's when the DEA pulled us over and shit.
Hold on, what's the story behind like y'all getting pulled over with 13 guns. This is different because I remember you said 13 guns in the Pimp C incident. This is something totally different.
Yeah, it's something totally different. No,
Because you said 13.
Yeah, we had about 10, 13 guns.
Oh, okay, so a wrap. Okay, yeah. Okay, but this is totally.
No, this is something totally different. This is what we was doing. We was doing a Juice magazine interview. We was doing a Juice magazine interview, and we was I said interview. We was doing a photo shoot.
Okay.
And we was in the fourth ward doing a photo shoot, but
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yeah. But while we doing a photo shoot, it's a bunch of unmarked Tauruses with people and them taking pictures. It's the DEA taking pictures of all of us and everybody.
Did y'all already know what was going on?
Yeah. BMF, they was hot. Everybody knew that shit, man. That shit wasn't no secret. Everybody knew what that heat was coming from. So when they did that shit, we see them, so we end up pulling off. And we everybody like bad go. We gotta get the fuck with these niggas. You know, we try to lose them, so we lose them. So, but as us losing the DEA, APD pull us over. Talking about deep, grab us out the cars, nigga, and everybody like, what the fuck going on? Like, we like in a part of a 20-car caravan. We deep out that motherfucker. And the motherfucking black officer told us, like, hey, we got a call from my superior that say that the DEA is following y'all and they lost y'all, and for us to find y'all, pull y'all over. So at that point, everybody like, we already know, niggas already know what it is. And I don't think Jeezy could talk at the time either. He had surgery on his voice. Something that happened. I think surgery on his voice. But he couldn't talk at the time either, so they pulled us all over. I think he was behind us in the Bentley. We was in the black van. And shit, they whipped us. But when they whipped us, I had like 2 revolvers in my back pocket. 2. So I already knew. And I didn't have no license. So I already knew. Because they pulled up on us so fast, we couldn't really do nothing. I'm talking about they opened the vans up so fast. So we really couldn't do nothing. It was me, Slick, Fire Chief, and Dank in that motherfucker. They did it so fast, the nigga couldn't react. So when they pulled me out, they found the gun in my back pocket. They found the bag of guns in the back. So I take all that, because I'm the driver. Nobody else had to take that. But I already was out on bail. So when they ran my fingerprints, they seen that. And then they ran Slick fingerprints. And they seen he had a bunch of shit. They kept him. That's the time I did like 2 months in Rice Street, and it wasn't really nothing, though.
Oh, 2 months.
Yeah, it wasn't shit.
Man, that's serious. I mean, but you in a totally different area from where you came up in. So, was it like a rude awakening for you? You know what I'm saying? Being locked up in a different place, you don't know nobody like that, or like how was it for you going to jail for 2 months?
Shit, that shit really wasn't nothing. I was just me in that bitch. Like, I still wasn't gonna I'm still just me. Like, I went there being me. It wasn't no rough. It wasn't no like out of place. You can't be out of place when you're around your people. You know what I'm saying? When you're around your people, you shouldn't feel out of place in no way. Cause shit, we all niggas in here. Just be honest. We all black in this motherfucker. I feel comfortable around my people. I don't feel out of place. I can fit in anywhere I go. I can fit in, and I know that because I have been a lot of places that fitted right in. You know what I'm saying?